Welcome to the Words to Empower podcast, featuring Bishop Frank Stewart, pastor of the Acts Ministry in Conway and North Little Rock, and now Pastor Stewart.
That's why sometimes they're looking for going from one relationship to another relationship. They're trying to find somebody that can fix them, but they don't want to participate. You have to be willing to repent. He led the man out of the city. You got to be willing for somebody, for Jesus to lead you. He wants to take us by the hand because he realizes in every one of us in here today, there are areas in our lives that we're blind in. We're blind in those areas. And we struggle sometimes seeing clearly. Come on. And you got to know those areas in your life and say, Lord, give me strength. Give me strength. Help me. Because your emotions will blind you. That's why he says, open the eyes of my heart. Help me to see past this emotional situation I'm in. That's why you never make a decision during an emotional crisis. That's why you never grab somebody on the rebound. That's why you never deal with a situation when you've lost a loved one, you've died, somebody died, and you make a decision to grab somebody. You're in an emotional climate, and you're not seeing clearly. But after you say, I do, it's just a matter of time that you'll be singing this song, I can see clearly now. Oh, yeah, y'all know that. Y'all know. For Cross, you remember that, right? You Cross, you remember that. I can see the song, I can see clearly now. What it said, what done gone? The rain done gone. How many of you ever made a decision and you thought it was the best decision, the right decision, and once you got into it, you realized, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Let me just see your hands. Let me see. All the married folks, they got their hands down. They don't want to raise their hand. I didn't say it was your marriage. There are some things that I kind of stay away from. I don't talk too much about Mother Fletcher. I don't talk about because I was raised without a father, 5 women. So people just having babies and stuff like that and having babies and kids, that I have to stay away from that because emotionally I know the pain that goes with that. And they don't understand that a baby is not a toy. It's not a child. So they don't understand that. But when you done felt that and went through that, you don't want anybody else to go through that. I was telling somebody, I said, if that baby could talk, I'm going to tell you what I said. I said, if that baby that y'all just had could talk, I said, he would cuss you out and cuss out the mom and the daddy and would tell y'all brought me into this mess like this. Okay, I'm back now. I can see clearly now that because I have to show compassion and love. Now, God says, if you love me, you keep my commandments. His commandments tells us not to sleep around. You ain't got to worry about that if you don't sleep around. If you're still sleeping around, Jesus said you don't love me. If that's perpetual, if that's a lifestyle, he says you don't love me. Because if you love me, you will not do it. Because that is the only way you measure love is by his word. He didn't say if you love me, you have goosebumps. If you love me, you have chills. He didn't say if you love me, you're speaking tongues. He said if you love me, you keep my commandments. Throw your hands to the Lord. Help me to love you more. Oh, that's good. I'm almost there. But as we move into this new decade, the one thing that I'm clear is that there are some areas in my life that I got blindfolds on. I'm trying to get you there because I know some of y'all are so self-righteous because self-righteousness is a blindfold. And we have stepped into a new decade. So all negativity, let's leave it in the last decade. You're blindfolded because you don't realize that you're just negative by nature. You are a murmurer, a fusser. You look at something, the glass is always half empty. I ain't getting no help with that. I should at least be getting help from the ministerial sections of the church, but I ain't getting no help. You got to see and say, you know what? I got a negative spirit. My dad and my mama, I'm just negative. And it look like I can look at stuff that's wrong and I talk about it all the time. I'm always fussing. And what you're doing is running the person that really love you, you're running them away. Because you won't take the blindfolds off.
Stay tuned for more of Frank Stewart. And now for some special announcements.
Thanks for partnering with the Acts Ministries. We value your service and your donations. That's why we've made it easy to make contributions to support our ministry. Simply go to your web browser and click the search bar and type in actsministriesonline.org. Then click Donate Online. It's really that easy. For mobile giving, text the amount you wish to donate to 501-302-4242. That's Simple Give.
And now, more of Pastor Frank Stewart.
Welcome back to your Acts Ministry podcast. And we're talking about looking at the one person we need to look at first, and that's ourselves.
When you got blindfolds on, you think you're doing wonderful. And God says, I got all these blessings for you, and you can't get to the blessing because you got a blindfold on. We're trying to get the blindfold. You know what? And we're definitely trying to move all the blindfolds off of the men because we are supposed to be the one that are leading our families. We are the head. Now, if you ask somebody to get out to bed in the morning and your children are trying to get to church and your wife trying to get to church and you laying up there, or you staying home watching sports and all kind of stuff, you have blindfolds on. Lift your hand and say, Lord, I need you to remove these blindfolds. Now, watch this. The thing is, when you blind, you don't know it. Nobody knows when they sleep. You call a person that sleep, they don't say, I'm asleep right now. I know you say you sleepwalk. Okay, all right. Lord, do this. Just put your hands like that. I mean, just if you're honest. Just if you're honest. Because see, when you're doing that, you're saying, Lord, maybe it's me. Because there's some things that have happened to us in childhood that will blind you. See, blindness means you have not grown. You have not moved. Just, come on, do your hands like that. And see, some of y'all, ain't nothing on mine. I hear you talking. And just move it. Just take it off. Wednesday night is communion night with other stuff we got going on. It was in communion when Jesus broke that bread. The Bible says their eyes came open. I know that's real because the reason why this church in Little Rock exists is because God was telling me something when we was building the church in Conway. And after the church got built, he was still saying it. And I was like, okay, the church in Conway is built. What you saying? Why do you keep telling me this? And I couldn't get it for years. I couldn't get what he was saying. We did communion. I broke bread. I went in my office, and he was just as clear, I want you to start a church in Little Rock. It was just as clear. Because when communion happens, your eyes open. Something happens during the breaking of the bread. We're going to break bread for the first time this decade, this Wednesday. Be able to see. Can you just think like this? Maybe it's me that's standing in the need of prayer. Maybe it's not my parents. And I don't want our kids to grow up. You don't have time to wait and experience stuff. Experience is not the best teacher. It's the most convincing teacher. The best teacher is to learn from other people's mistakes. The last thing I want my children to say, if I had it to do all over again, they won't have time to do that. We've said that for everybody. Oh, I hear him talking. If somebody wants to, I'm going to start with the men first. This is not by force because I can't force you to do it. But if God is speaking to you and God has spoken to you and you want some of those blind folks to come off, I just want you to come to the altar. Just the men, I'm making the men for the young men. If you feel like this is what you want, just come to the altar now. Not by force, even while we're sitting down, not by force. But you see a need. There are areas in my life that I need to take. And altar workers, I want you to come also, but I want you to come assume your position. There are some things that I have to confess. There's some things that I have to confess. Even talking to one brother today, we were just talking. You have to confess even to yourself and to your wife. Is that we take care of our families, we work hard, we do all of that. That's what we do. We take care of our family. We've always, you say you work hard. You work and make sure bread is on the table. You do that. That's easy for some of us to do. And we wonder why our wives don't just don't lock into that and think, man, he's bringing them money, he's doing all that. That's wonderful. And that's good. And they should be appreciative. But the area that they need us the most in, sometimes it's the area that we are the blindest in. Because they're not created and made like us. Oh, he's going to fix some relationships because we're going to be able to say, you know what? Hey, you're right. I was talking to God last night, and God said to me last night, your wife was right. And I was like, huh? and I ain't told her yet. See how transparent I'm being? I ain't told her yet. I'm like, what? Huh? Let me pray about that. I need to fast, Lord. No. She was right. I was like, wow. Now, she don't know nothing about this. Okay, I'm going to tell her. I ain't saying this for you to tell her. Let me just come out the altar call for a second. I ain't saying this. Did the pastor ever tell you what he's talking about? No, she said something and she was right. She was right. And we sometimes believe that 99% of the time, that we're right? Come on, Mr. Donald, come on. Well, we kind of wonder sometimes what God doing talking to my wife anyway. Did you think of that all by yourself? You know how we sometimes do. I'm going to get around to it. I'm going to get around to it, Coleman. I'm going to get around to it. I'm going to get around to it. Since I done told y'all, I'm going to get around to it today.
For mobile giving, text the amount you wish to donate to 501-302-4242.
The Acts Church in North Little Rock is located at 1224 Franklin Street. Morning Glory begins at 8 a.m. on Sunday mornings. Sunday school begins at 8:30 a.m. And for a powerful word, join us at 9:30 a.m. for our morning worship service. Bible study is each Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. At our Conway location, Morning Glory begins at 10 a.m. Sunday school begins at 10:30 a.m. Worship service begins at 11:30 a.m. On Thursday, our Bible class begins at 6:30 p.m. For more information, go to actsministriesonline.org or give us a call at 501-329-2055.
Thank you for tuning in to the Acts Ministry Podcast. The Acts Church is located at 1423 England Street in Conway and 1224 Franklin Street in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Tune in each day to hear an inspiring word from Pastor Frank